President George Bush arrived in Israel. His visit creates many expectations, but also raises doubts on the topics that will be discussed and whether he will succeed or not in helping to push forward the peace process. Well-known historian and analyst Dr. Michael Oren put the president's visit in context.
The United States and Israel today enjoy a relationship which is unique certainly in the annals of Israeli history, certainly in the chronicles of American history. It is in many ways the closest and most multifaceted relationship which the United States has enjoyed with any foreign country in the post-World War II world, including with Great Britain. The United States is developing advanced anti-ballistic systems with Israel. I do not believe it's developing advanced anti-ballistic systems with Great Britain. It is sharing intelligence on the war on terror with Israel. Israel has extensive commercial ties with the United States.
According to Oren, the pro-Israeli lobby explains only a small part of the strong link between the United States and Israel, and also cites strategic ties, the Christian evangelical movement and its strong support for Israel, and also the belief that Israel is a democracy in a sea of dictatorship.
The faith component, as I intimated earlier, is just one component. There's the strategic component, and there's also the democratic component. And you can't forget that many Americans look at this country as an embattled democracy, struggling for survival in the midst of a profoundly undemocratic environment. And for all of the negative press, which Israel often gets in the United States, that notion remains very strong indeed.
Many people ask the reason behind Bush's visit, if taking into account the fact that progress on the Israeli-Palestinian peace track does not appear to be imminent. Oren says that one of the reasons that explains Bush's effort in solving the conflict is Iraq.
And much of Bush's visit here has to do with Iraq. Iraq recently, the situation in Iraq has taken seemingly a turn for the better. Certainly it has become less of a pressing issue in the American domestic scene, certainly in the presidential elections. But still, President Bush is in need of international and generally and European specifically support for his position in Iraq. And the Europeans have been expressed in saying that if America expects them, the Europeans, to cooperate on Iraq, America's going to have to do some more. Is going to have to exert itself more forcibly on the Israeli-Palestinian.
Oren has a different perspective on the Annapolis Peace Conference, describing it as the first show of an emerging anti-Iranian alliance. While Iran is one of the topics that will also be discussed by Bush in Israel, Oren believes the recent National Intelligence Report destroys any strategy.
Roughly 6 weeks ago, the United States, really the Bush administration, achieved a rather impressive goal of convening 49 states and organizations into an overnight peace summit at Annapolis. It says a lot about the continuation of American power, the persistence of American power in spite of Iraq. I mean, really no country on the earth could do that. France couldn't do it. Russia couldn't do it. Britain couldn't do it. Really, the United States, the Bush administration snapped its fingers and got 49 states to sit at the same table around with the Israelis, including the Saudis, who said that they would never sit at the same table with the Israelis until the Israelis promised to withdraw from the West Bank in advance. The Saudis violated their own policy in order to do this. Now, much of what transpired at Annapolis had less to do with the Israeli-Palestinian issue than it did with the Iranian threat. Put it more sort of pithily, the Annapolis Conference had probably less to do with peace than it did with the possibility of war. What united all of these disparate states and organizations was their common fear of Iran. And then, exactly 1 week later, the American officialdom, you can't say it's the Bush administration, but a part of the American Bush administration cut off the legs of that achievement by issuing a national intelligence estimate.
According to Oren, Bush will give Israel guarantees that in the event they're attacked by Iran, the United States will give it their support. Only after President Bush's visit to the region will it become apparent if there will be any concrete results.